The Morning Drive is sponsored by Power Metallic. To find out more about the company, please visit their website at powermetallic.com.
John, thanks for joining me on the Morning Drive.
Thanks for having me.
First time, which means we got to get to know you a little bit.
Absolutely.
And you are the CEO of Nevada King.
That's right, yeah.
Nevada King. What exchanges are you listed on?
TSXV, and we got a listing on the OTC. The ticker on that one's NKGFF, then TSXV NKG.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, well, the opening question usually is, where are you from?
From Toronto, born and raised, and yeah, unfortunately, kind of born into being a diehard Leaf fan. It sucks, but gotta suffer through it. Yeah. So love it.
Whereabouts in Toronto?
Now in Etobicoke, but grew up in Midtown Toronto.
Okay.
And yeah, it was during the pandemic. Moved to Etobicoke for a little bit more space.
Yeah.
So I can do the downtown living for so long in the condos, but it gets a little cramped when you're there 24/7 during the pandemic.
Midtown's not a bad spot to grow up.
Oh, it was great. No, absolutely. Loved it.
Close to everything.
Yeah.
Have any siblings?
Yeah. Got a younger brother and a younger sister, so.
You're the oldest?
Eldest, yep. Take that responsibility seriously. Yeah, teasing the younger siblings, and did a good job at it.
Did you play any sports growing up, or?
Yeah, as you could probably tell, hockey with my earlier comment. Diehard hockey fan, and still play. Not all that competitively anymore, but we are in the DMHL C division.
Okay.
And, 3-time champs, so gotta add that to the top of my resume.
So were you did you play for Leaside or?
Yes, nailed it. Yeah. Leaside Flames, yeah. That was, played for a few different organizations, but my heart was always with the Leaside Flames.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, they're a good organization, man.
Great organization, absolutely.
I think some good talents come out of there.
Yeah, definitely.
What about, what else? What about now? Are you into health and fitness at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough with the job, but squash is probably my other sport that keeps me active and keeps the pounds off. So try to do that a couple times a week. And yeah, so it's really the hockey, the squash, and then try to bike to work. So got the place in Etobicoke really to have kind of a 20 to 40 minute bike ride into the office.
Oh, yeah.
So still have that, yeah. Right now, absolute hell of a whole snowstorm in Toronto. So
hey, we're missing that one.
Yeah, missing that.
When are you going back?
God. Wednesday, so hopefully it's all shoveled and cleared up for the return. But
yeah, I know mine is.
We'll see. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? There's a lot of executives that cycle actually.
Yeah.
That's a trend.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no.
You guys can get on the Pelotons and talk about the market.
We could, yeah, definitely. No, there's a few bike rides that are organized, and some of the conferences in Colorado, there's often a bike ride organized. And,
yeah, that'd be a cool place.
Yeah.
Challenging for sure with the air.
Oh my God!
The elevation.
Just walking up a few flights of stairs, I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's get into this thing here. So, junior developer.
Yeah. We're squarely focused on exploration and don't want to turn away, but we are a kind of developer category in that we've got a resource. We've got 1.1 million ounces at 1.1 grams per ton, and it's all oxide gold, which is a really kind of differentiating, unique aspect of the story to find that much oxide gold in Nevada. Pretty rare these days.
Okay, so you're focusing on the exploration blue sky potential, which, as you know, speculators love.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any strategic shareholders that are in this thing?
No, we don't right now, and we've got some chunky positions already. So our founder and chairman, Colin Cattell, owns 16%. We've got a holder at 19%. And I think with the next financing, some of these larger groups, they can really only come in through a financing.
Yeah.
So last financing, we did bring in Franklin Templeton. The one before that brought in DWS. And I think with the next financing, you'll see another group come in with a chunky position.
Okay.
So looking forward to that. Obviously, bullish markets here, and I think it'll be a strong endorsement for the project and what we've got going.
I'm going to keep the editors on their toes here and just level that out a bit. There we go.
Nice.
So how many projects do you have?
We really, right now, we've got the Atlanta Gold Mine project. And so it's one project, but it's 130 kilometers squared. So
Massive.
that keeps us plenty busy. We've got the entire caldera within our property. And so, not to get too into the weeds, but a caldera is a volcano that's kind of collapsed in itself. And it's around the margins of the caldera where we find the mineralization. So that's where the resource is, the 1.1 million ounces. And we'd be shocked if it's only in that area. So we're exploring the entire margin of the caldera, and so we've got our work cut out for us in terms of targets, and we've got 3 primary targets right now. And the way we're viewing it, so just to take a bit of a step back, we put out the resource estimate last June and then really said, okay, let's see what else we've got, and started exploring regionally and did a phase 3 program to see if we can find some satellite deposits. And through that, one kind of stood out and got a little bit more advanced, and that's Silver Park. So now with a follow-up program, we've kind of moved Silver Park to an infill stage, and so we're going to infill that right now. We've got a fully funded 20,000 meter drill program that's ongoing. We've got rig turning at site right now doing that infill program. But it's important that, you know, we continue to backfill that pipeline of exploration targets, and we've done that. So we still have 3 primary, you know, exploration targets on the property. And the one to backfill that with Silver Park moving to infill is Western Rim. And this is one, you know, the team at site is really excited about. It's got all the hallmarks of a potentially very large system there. And what happened was we'd never really noticed this area, but the BLM came in and ripped up all the trees and really exposed some bedrock. And then
Beautiful.
yeah, the geologist took a walk over there.
Outcropping?
Yeah, and finally, so the only areas on the property that outcropped became mines, which is the Atlanta Gold Mine, which is past producing, and we got the Silver Park Mine as well, so that other area that we're infilling right now. So everything else is covered, but when they ripped this up, it showed, you know, exposed some bedrock, and there were some quartz veins there with gold and silver in it. Had a grab sample of 20.8 grams per ton, so that got everyone pretty fired up and excited. And yeah, some of the geophysical work that we've done shows a lot of similar signatures with what we see at the Atlanta Resource Zone. So that's something we'll look to test with this phase 4 20,000 meter program.
You mind if I digress a minute and put my marketing hat on?
No.
Well, I've seen geologists in the field before because I've done some site visits in the Golden Triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen the excitedness, you know, when they're walking around, especially up there actually, with outcrop. It'd be really cool if they had meta glasses to catch that moment, you know? It's
I
like,
know.
oh, you know what I mean? They just tap it, and then it's like you're getting that moment. You can put it out there for shareholders.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a free marketing tip.
I like that. I like that.
Capital allocation for your projects. How much is in the treasury now? Want to review that?
So yeah, our last financials came out and showed 8.5 million Canadian. At this point, we're down to a little under 7 million Canadian. This program, this 20,000 meter program, I mean, our drilling costs are about $80 a meter US, so very enviable drilling costs. And of course,
Definitely
it's RC, so it's not core, but that's, given it's an oxide system, that works great for us. So we're able to be very efficient, and for a 20,000 meter program, you know, that kind of adds up to about 2.5 million. So well funded for this program. That said, you know, if there is a group that would want to come in that would show a strong endorsement for the project, you know, we'd do that, but we're not in any rush to go back to the market, and particularly, you know, we view our valuation as you know, needing a re-rate here. I mean, we've got gold at $5,100, and most companies are at all-time highs, and we're not. We're just kind of at this golden cross juncture where finally our 50-day moving average has crossed through our 200-day moving average. So
Something's got to give there.
yeah, exactly. So moving in the right direction. I think that this Silver Park infill program will have assays out. If those are successful, we'll be able to put out a resource estimate. I think those will be major catalysts to, you know, show resource growth, and hopefully show some near surface oxide assays too in the meantime.
You know, if you were sitting down doing that investor dating style meeting, right? What would be the top 3 to 5 points that you would make in 2 minutes or less of why someone should pay attention to this project? Or your projects?
Yeah, so I mean, I was in a equity research seat for quite a while, and this one came on my radar, and some of the things that really attracted me to it is, first of all, the jurisdiction. I mean, you're in Nevada, you got everything you need.
It's top 2 in the world.
Yeah, and fly into Las Vegas, I mean, great place to fly in and out of. Just drive up a highway, rent a SUV, this is so accessible. The community there is very supportive, not a whole lot of economic activity outside of Vegas. So that's the first thing, the jurisdiction. Next, it's the oxide nature, which obviously allows for lower cost processing, relatively lower capital. You're not roasting anything, there's no sulfides. So that's the other thing that's very attractive. All the exploration we've done has only ever encountered oxide. We've drilled down to about 500 meters, only found oxide. The other thing is grade, and we've been put out some bonanza holes in 2022 to 2024 when we were drilling that resource zone. The best one, and this is the one that actually landed on my desk when I was in equity research, saw 11.64 grams per ton over 108 meters in oxide. So it's very rare to have a system with a sort of gold endowment and gold concentration, and so we're thinking as we're exploring, if it this caldera system deposited that sort of concentration of gold in that area, we expect it to be in other parts. So we are trying to zone in on and vector in on some higher grade areas. So grade would be the other thing. And then kind of the fourth thing would be the scale of the property, that we have 130 kilometers squared, that we have the entire caldera within our property boundaries. And then the last thing, it's the team, and the team at site, they've been there since founding the company. They've been picking over these rocks since 2018 with this group, and Cal Heron's the exploration manager at site, and he's been doing this for 40 years in the Great Basin, very experienced. We brought in a new VP exploration who left a CEO role to come and look at Atlanta, and obviously all geologists want to find that major discovery, so that's what attracts them to the project, and that's what attracts me too. It's that potential to make a major discovery. So great to bring in the new VP exploration, who's a really impressive geologist, trained in machine learning, and then we've got a great new CFO as well. So really hungry, excited young management team as well.
What's the insider bias on this stock? How much of it do you own?
So this is that would be the other thing that I should have mentioned, and one of the things
I teed it up for you. Don't worry, John.
Absolutely,
I'm a professional.
Teed it up, and this is my home run swing here. So we had about 37% of the stock with management and insiders. So I've never seen a junior explorer with better alignment than that. So everyone is very well aligned here. I just joined the company November 2024, and then took the CEO seat in August 2025 with Colin Cattell moving to the chairman role.
Colin?
Colin owns about 16% of the company.
What's his last name?
Cattell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's a founder of Newfound Gold.
Yeah, that's why, exactly.
Yeah, and manages Palisades Gold Corp. So he was very busy managing, 3 different companies. Really impressive guy, very strategic thinker.
Yeah.
He's got about a little over 16% of the company. And then I participated in a 34-cent financing in November, and now got my position to over 1 million shares after buying on the dip. The stock sold off after the resource update. With there were elevated expectations, I think, from some retail holders, just because of these bonanza intercepts that we're putting out. So took the opportunity to lower my cost base there, and I think it's a really well aligned team.
If we were looking at a pie chart, what would be the share distribution from institutional to retail?
So that's one thing that's really changed a lot. Joining a year ago, institutions owned 2%, and we're now over 14%, approaching 15%. Like I said, there's a lot of interest from institutions and strategics. these are groups that are generally too large to establish a meaningful position by buying through the market. So they're up to over 14% institutions. Every institution that has bought still owns the stock and have added to their position as well. So it's great to see that level of endorsement.
If someone looks at your shares and says, well, I don't know, maybe they're going to roll this thing back, what would you say to them?
I mean, for me, it's take it or leave it with the rollback. It's more, okay, the shareholders are my boss, and that's actually a kind of consistent message that I've heard. I was at a conference and had 20 one-on-one meetings with financial advisors, and it came up in every single meeting, the possibility of a rollback. So there's 424 million shares out there. For me, it's a big number, but again, because 37% of the stock is tied up with management and insiders, it's not like the stock is just kind of sloshing around out there. The float isn't nearly to that extent, but because it is such a prevalent, consistent message from retail investors, it's something that we would look at and consider. To do that, you need shareholder approval, so not something that we're going to do instantly, but certainly something that can be discussed.
Towards the end of the year, maybe?
Yeah, it'd be something that could happen at an AGM, so something we'd look at.
So you sort of came on at a very fortuitous time because the gold price has gone, I don't know, if you want to say parabolic.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah, thanks, yeah. Yeah, got some horseshoes in good places for sure.
Not that you're an analyst or anything like that, but I'll just get your perspective. Maybe we'll end there on the market itself. You're focused on growing the assets and building a company, but you got to pay attention a little bit to the market, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we put out the resource, that was just in June. We ran that at $2,200 gold, which at that point was the 3-year trailing average. Crazy to think we're north of 5,000 now. Obviously, stuff happening in the world that drives that, and it's hard to see that receding, and I think that the gold price probably maybe takes a breather at some point. It can't just continue to go at this pace, but the structural drivers that have caused the surge aren't going away. So
that's a very good point. That's the biggest question I have right now. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
but a lot of people are saying it's toppy. They have every reason to there's lots of reasons why you can say it's toppy.
You're right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People are taking profit right now. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But when you look at the fundamentals of how we got here,
yeah.
I don't know how that is changing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got Trump, and again, this isn't financial advice. I'm just talking about sort of my own perspective. Trump's got a central banker coming in here, right? Which is just wrong, but whatever. That's what's happening.
Right.
He wants lower interest rates. That's great for gold. Right? What's going on with the U.S. dollar right now?
Yeah.
Exactly what Trump wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Is happening there. Then you've got all the geopolitical stuff. China has a pretty big grip on the price of gold and silver. I was reading an article about that today.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, going back to Trump, you got all the Greenland, this and that. You got different wars that could potentially break out. Not that you want to see a gold price break out on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just where is the stability going to come? When, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. And that's always kind of the, for lack of a better term, silver lining where we've got this kind of world, and it feels like just the structure, the geopolitical structure is shifting, and obviously that creates a lot of uncertainty. U.S. Treasury yields are going up, and the 10 years, surging, and that's an indicator that investors aren't as comfortable as they used to be holding U.S. bonds and U.S. Treasuries. And what are they buying now? And it's gold. That's that historical safety mechanism. And I just think that there's a lot of central bank. There's obviously the de-dollarization trade as well from other central banks.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to see this group Tether coming and buying.
Diversifying.
Yeah, buying massive amounts of gold as well. So all very supportive for the trade long term, and silver as well. We've got some silver exposure with our resource, and I mean think silver is over $100 an ounce. I remember I gave a 10-ounce silver coin to a buddy for his wedding gift, and
You do that?
I did
You're
that
the
for a
only
very
guy
close
that
friend.
I've ever met. That's what I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man.
nice.
Even if I
It's
go
a
to
great gift.
if you invite me to your kid's birthday, you're getting a silver coin.
Yeah.
And I'll write something down about, the U.S. debt to that date.
Yeah.
Right? And say, you don't understand this now, but when you're 18 or 19, I want you to look at what the U.S. debt is right now and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's a great gift. But
Right?
I didn't intend that to be a $1,500 gift, which now it is. At the time it was not. But yeah, crazy to see silver doing what it's doing.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give my buddy Ed a shout out because he got married, I don't even know how many years ago. I feel like it's around 10. And so I think I bought him and his wife a big coin that was like their sign, or something like that. And I messaged him and I said, hey, you should look at the price of silver.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's worth a lot more than it was. And then look at like all the people that handed you envelopes of cash. Like, what's that? You spent it.
Exactly,
Right?
for
So-
sure. Absolutely.
It's a great gift, man.
It's a great gift,
Even
for sure.
even for Christmas and stuff. I know,
Yeah.
like my child, my daughter's 5, and it's a co-parenting situation. So she has Christmas over here, Christmas here. It's like, hey, honey, what'd you get for Christmas at Mummy's? And it was like the next day or whatever. It's like they don't remember, right? So it's like just something to think about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, for sure. It's the best gift. That's awesome.
So we'll wrap it up here. It was a great first morning drive.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be doing an X-Base with you.
Okay, yeah.
So excited. I'll do a test with you to kind of, we'll figure it out. It's very simple. That's a pretty large audience though.
Okay.
So look forward to getting the story out there, and go in the comment section of this video, because once we line up an X-Base date with you, we'll go back and we'll put it in the video, and there we'll kind of do a little bit deeper dive on your projects and your assets. That's kind of what that's for.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do another morning drive when you have more stuff to talk about, or maybe in the fall or whatever.
Perfect, yeah.
And I can come do a little Tom Cruise to Etobicoke and pick you up, go for a spin.
Nice. That sounds great. Yeah, we'll have some news out, by mid-year. So yeah, be a great time to do an update.
Final word for to the YouTube community.
Well, I guess that we're set up phenomenally well. This is a really unique juncture, I think, with the stock trading where it is, and we're $60 an ounce. Pretty crazy with gold at 5,100. So I think it's a great time to pick up some shares. I did myself, and we got some catalysts on the horizon. So good time to buy NKG.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
That was a lot of fun.
Take care, everybody.
Great.